Hey everybody, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber, and if you are new here, hi there, my name is JoJo. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the channel. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, or give the video a thumbs up if you like the video, and if you are enjoying the contents of the channel, please subscribe. Today's video, I'm going to be doing my Paycheck 2 budget forecast for the month of March. And we are paycheck by paycheck, zero-based, cashless budgeters that also use a velocity banking system. I'm going to go ahead and flip through to my monthly view. Everything in this planner is homemade with love. It's not perfect, but it's made with love. And this, I do have a video where I go through everything that's in this happy planner. And we are new to budgeting. We first started budgeting in February of last year. So I didn't really have anything. I just went with what I had, and you know, you just kind of start where you are. But what I like to do is follow the Budget Mom system, where she highlights on a calendar like when money's coming in, or your paychecks, and then when money's going out. And for me, I just put our bills on this calendar view and it works great. And then I also have this note section of anything that's financial related that's coming up for that month. We have a birthday, we have spring break going on, and then Easter is coming up. Early April is snuck up on me this year, you guys. But I'm going to go ahead. Our second paycheck for March is going to be deposited on the 26th. So I will draw a cloud around it and then just highlight all of the bills that it is going to be covering. And my bills, I note those on this little index card, and it's been, you know, like things have been crossed out, things have been added, but it's just on an index card because that's what I had lying around the house. And when I first started, I didn't know some of my bills, you guys, and so I would just jot them down whenever they surprised me. But Paycheck 2 for the month of March will spill over into April bills as well. So we're going to go ahead and highlight those just to make sure that we know when we move into April paychecks that these bills are covered by March Paycheck 2. All right, that is going to take care of all of our highlighting. Now I'm going to get you guys switched over to my paycheck budget sheet, and we'll finish plugging in all the numbers. Okay, here we are at the paycheck budget sheet. Again, this is one that I had created. Any of the sheets you guys see me use are available on my Etsy shop. It's linked in the description box below if you are liking the looks of these and feel like they would be helpful to your budgeting system. This, again, we are paycheck by paycheck budgeters, so I note that this is paycheck 2, and I coordinate my pen color for my budget to the highlighter color. And the dates it's going to be covering will be from March 26th until, let's see, when was that in April? It was April 8th. Okay. And then income number 1, that will be deposited on the 25th. I'm estimating it at $28.70. Income 2 will be on the 26th. I will estimate it at $1,000. And let me see, is income 3, I don't think, yeah, income 3 is not going to be coming out this paycheck. So we will cross that out. We are going to be expecting some rollover. That is coming from paycheck number 1. Let's see, and I just did my week 1 check-in yesterday on this paycheck, and that's where these numbers over here, these actuals, are plugged in. But the rollover we are expecting, because of to do our zero-based system, what we do is roll everything from paycheck 1 into paycheck 2, and then paycheck 2 gets zeroed out, and that's counted as our cash flow, and all of that money is currently being thrown at debt. We started with a 6-figure debt, in February of 2020. We are whittling our way down, and we are a little over 60% of the way done with paying that. It's super exciting. Okay, so we'll go ahead and add our income, $38.70 plus $16.21.38. We are looking at having $5,491.38 of income. And then these are all of those fixed expenses that we highlighted on our calendar. All of those total $3,878.20. Next is our variable expenses, and those we came to these because we are a family of 5, so each person has some amount of spending money available to them. We own a home, we have several pets, we like to go out and do fun things as a family, and then we also need to eat. And I have a teenager, a 7-year-old, and a 4-year-old, and they can eat, y'all, and so can we. So I do have an Instagram linked below as well, and I post our weekly menus as well as, when I remember, pictures of the dinners that I've made with the menu, and then a link. It's mostly through Pinterest is where I get a lot of my recipes, but a link to the Pinterest recipe as well. For groceries, this is normally $400 for 2 weeks, but it's a birthday. My husband wants to have steak, and that is expensive for a family of 5. So I'm going to bump this up to $450 this paycheck to cover for that. Eating out and entertainment, for paycheck 1, I was covering spring break. This bad boy had been bumped up to $500, and we are using it, you guys. We've been having lots and lots of fun, but I'm going to bring it back down because the kids will be back in school to its usual $100. Household and pets gets $125. Gas, you guys. I don't even know. I'm going to wait to see, like, we're going to be moving into summer. Gas is always high in the summer. We've been on spring break, so we've been driving around like crazy, but our gas is $3.20 a gallon, and that's at Costco, you guys. So I don't know if this is going to cut it. I'm just going to leave it at $150 for now and just kind of ride it out. My husband and I each get $80, and then our kids, we set aside $20. This is for treats at the gas station, if they want a little something at the grocery store, if they're going out with a friend. They have their usual chores, and then if they do something above and beyond, we will also give them some additional money for that. But this is normally $995 when groceries is at $400, but since we are adding 50, it's gonna be $1045. Okay. Next is the sinking fund table. We are Velocity bankers, so our sinking funds is actually housed within our HELOC while we're using our HELOC to pay off our last interest student loan. And so with sinking funds, what I do with this table is just track any money that is either deposited into a category or spent within a category. And let me see if I can pull in a view of my sinking funds closeout. I just closed this out in, I think it was last week or maybe a couple weeks ago. But my sinking funds for February, I have a lot of categories. But there's a fixed expense of $2,000 at the end of the month to allocate. It's dispersed within all of those different categories to fund them. But this table is whenever we use or spend money within those categories, I note it here during my weekly check-ins. And since this is paycheck 2, it'll be for week 3 and week 4 check-in. And then whenever my husband and I don't spend all of our spending money, that money gets rolled into a sinking fund to build up for more expensive purchases. Like if he wants to go golfing, if I want to buy something like more beauty, that's a more expensive beauty-wise, that sort of stuff. but that's the sinking fund table. Next is this debt table. I'm not really able to update this a whole lot. I can actually update the cell phone one because we did just have our cell phone payment. It's not a debt focus for us, but this is one cell phone and a Gizmo watch that we are still paying off. We paid off 2 cell phones last month, and this is what we're left paying on those 2 devices. Our HELOC, which is the student loan, is at $40,000, a little over $40,000, but we had allocated $1,900 of our stimulus check money to go towards this HELOC, but I haven't applied that yet because I'm waiting to do my week 2 check-in next week to see if we get any more extra money, because all of the extra money gets thrown at debt, which is the HELOC is our debt focus currently. Now what we'll do is figure out our cash flow, and that is after all of your bills and expenses have been paid from your income. And for us, that's at the end of paycheck 2 is what we're considering a reflection of our cash flow. We get paid bi-weekly, so we have our income of $54.91 minus this $38.78.20 we're expecting for bills, and then minus this $10.45 from variable expenses. So we are expecting to have $568.18 to throw at debt, which is our HELOC. So that is awesome. That is what our budget is looking like for paycheck 2, how we're going to be hoping to wrap up March. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And again, if you like the contents of this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow when I go to do my monthly check-in on our Velocity banking system. You can kind of see how we handle the sinking funds, savings, accounts tracking, the interest savings, with using that strategy to pay off our last debt. I will see you guys tomorrow.